gonna just go ahead and I'm gonna talk about it. Go ahead and just get it off my chest finally. First of all, let me pray. Father, I humble myself right now before you. I don't seek the praise. I don't seek the recognition. I don't seek the applause. I don't seek anything from men. Everything that I seek, that I need for my soul, my spirit, I seek it from you. Because everything that you give to us, your children, your people, it's always good. And it's for the greater good. Lord, I pray that this video that I'm going to put out, that I'm going to share with the world, just some personal things that, Father, you know what's going on in my heart, in my mind, in my life. And I pray that you use it for your glory. I pray that it would be a blessing, Lord God. Yeah. Because the most important thing and the main important thing is you are still at the center. You are still at the center of it all. Help me, Jesus. I pray this in your name. Amen. All right, so let's get it cracking. Let me fold this laundry up before I go do my last round. I'm at work right now. It is about 5:45. Right there. So today is November 1st. Say about 4 days, let me see, is it 4 days ago? Sunday, Saturday, Friday, Thursday, 5 days ago. About 5 days ago. As a matter of fact, it was the same day. If you saw my last video, it was that same day I was going through some things, man, just going through it. So my wife texts me, and she says, because I'm not at home right now, I'm on an assignment. I've been on this assignment almost 3 months now. Yeah, I'm approaching 3 months. So I do get to go home whenever I'm off, but I don't go home all the time. Right? So like the other day I had off, but it was just for 1 day. So it didn't make any sense. I went home. I'm 4.5, 5 hours away from home. Right? So when I have like a back-to-back day off, consecutive days off in a row, that's when I go home. Anyway, so my wife texts me, and she says, "Hey, you might want to give Andrew a call." Now, Andrew is our youngest son. He's 12. And she tells me that he got jumped on the way home from school. So immediately my heart just started palpitating faster, harder. I'm in shock, you know. My child, my son, was jumped. So immediately I hit my son up. He answers the phone and he's like, "Hello?" And I can just hear the brokenness. see, I wasn't there, you know? I wasn't home. Even if I, you know what I'm saying? Even if I was home, somebody's saying, well, it could have happened when you were home. True, it could have. But actions would have been taken, you know, with no delay. I wasn't home. My wife wasn't home. My wife was at, I believe she was at, yeah, she was at work. I believe so. And I said, son, what happened? And he says, Dad, I was coming home from school, and he was walking down, it's kind of like an alley, but it's not an alley. It's more like, but because we live near an apartment complex, we live near it. So they have their own special lanes where you can drive to get to those apartments. You have the main street and you have little cut off roads. So he had walked his friend home from school, which he was always doing that. But this particular day, he walked his friend home, and now he's on his way home, and he's just about a block and a half away from our home. And he's seen two kids sitting on the side, like on a step or on a fence or something like that. And, you know, they said something to him, so he didn't pay it any mind, because, you know, he's like, I don't know them, I guess they're not talking to me or whatever. And so he just kept it moving. So as he's walking, he said he can feel like there's a presence behind him. So he looks behind him and he sees them coming after him. And they catch up to him and just start pounding on him. Just like that. Didn't take anything, didn't ask him anything, didn't say anything. And, you know, nobody was there, nobody was around, which usually nobody's really around in those little cut off driveway side road anyway, unless you live there or you're just cutting through there to take a shortcut. Thank God he wasn't hurt. You know, he just he said the most pain that he had was just his elbow, but it wasn't, you know, injured to the point where he needed medical attention. He said he protected his head, he protected his face, you know, because they tried to stomp him out. And it's crazy because for the past 2.5, 3 weeks, all I've been seeing in the news coming from that community where we live at, and it's not primarily, all of it is not in that neighborhood, but a lot of it is coming out of that neighborhood that we live in. Is that the schools, they just have been experiencing a surge in school violence. You know, just a lot of fighting in the school, outside of the school. I spoke to my son yesterday, my oldest son. He's 15, and I asked him, you know, how's everything going and how you doing? You know, how's school going? And he says, school's pretty bad. You know, the students is fighting the security guards. And I'm like, the security guards? And he's in high school. And I'm like, so let me get this straight. So they're practicing from now what they're going to do when they get to the main prison to fight the guards there. That's how I see it. Like, why are you fighting a security? Why are you fighting an adult especially one with authority in school that's there to protect you, guide you. I don't care if they was getting, the security guard was getting out of pocket with you. You're the student. What you throwing hands on a security guard for? So he was like, yeah, Dad, it's gotten bad. And then a week before that, this was last week, you know, they were telling me, my wife and my son, my oldest son was telling me, you know, a student brought a gun to school. Yeah, brought a gun to school. And then my youngest son, he's telling me a student brought a taser or a knife. A knife was found in his backpack. So anyway, it's gotten really bad where at the high school, my oldest son, they asked us, the parents, you know, they're giving us an option. Hey, would we, you know, rather have our children do virtual learning, virtual classes? And my oldest son, he has always just been uncertain whether he wants to physically go or do the online learning. He hated it when, you know, when the whole shutdown had happened and, you know, everything was Zoom class. He hated it. But this time around, he's like, you know what, I really think I might just opt out of school and just do the virtual learning. And I'm like, you know what, you need to do that. Go ahead and do that. And even if you don't make up your mind to do that, I'm making up your mind for you. You're going to do that just for your protection. Now, as far as my youngest son go, yeah, so his situation was traumatizing for him. As a matter of fact, no, I got it wrong. I remember it happened on a Thursday. It happened last week Thursday, because I remember he said he didn't feel comfortable and ready to go back to school. He was still nervous and scared. So I said, no problem. Me and my wife agreed, you can stay home Friday. You know, just have a 3-day, you know, just recuperate, rest. And I had to pray for him, and just try to, you know, reassure him and comfort him that this is not going to happen again. Look, I was jumped before. Yeah. When I was back in junior high school, I got jumped. I used to live in Brooklyn, New York. I went to a school, junior high school, called 324. And it was me and one of my best friends, Brian. We was on the lunch line. And so the lunch line, it had 2 lines. You had a line where you just get your regular lunch, and then it had another line where you can buy snacks additional to the lunch. You bring your own money, you could buy snacks. So, you know, they didn't have vending machine, but you could buy it from the cafeteria. So I was online with him. He's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Come here, you know, you want something? I got you. You know what I'm saying? Something, all right, cool, you know, appreciate it. Because I didn't have any money on me. He did. So we standing there, and these two punks came up to us, and, you know, this was like early in the school year, early in September, the beginning of the year. Same thing like my youngest son, early in the school year. It's October, late October. And, you know, what they were doing was many of the students that was on the snack line, they were going up to them and saying, yo, run them pockets, son. And so they would like take their own hands and push it in that student's pocket. And what they were doing was, if they found money in there, they took your money, right? Just like that, in the cafeteria. Now you might say, well, where's the security guard? I don't even remember. I don't recall. Where was the faculty? Definitely not right there. You know what I'm saying? And they did it in such a way where it happened so quick, they were so smooth, and they were intimidating people. So a lot of people caved in. Anyway, they came up to me and Brian, and they was like, yo, run them pockets, son. Run them pockets. So they tapped Brian up, and Brian is bigger than me, and he still is, like, bigger than me. And so they tapped him down, and I honestly don't remember if they took his money. But when they came to me, it was two of them. When they came to me, they was like, yeah, run them pockets, son. So I was like, no, we ain't doing that. We're not doing that. We ain't running no pockets. You ain't putting your hands on me. You're not going in my pockets. And the funny thing was, I had no money. But it was the principle of things. Like, even if I had money, which I didn't, I'm still not going to allow you to go in my pockets and take my money. You out your mind. So I stood my ground. I'm like, yo, you're not running my pockets. You ain't touching me. I wish you would touch me. So he was like, word? Oh, you hard, huh? Oh, you hard, huh? Oh, you one of them, huh? All right. So I'm like, all right, what? We can get it popping right here, on a nothing. What you feel like? So the both of them was like, oh, you talking hard? Oh, you talking hard? Okay, all right, I see you. So I said, oh, you see me? We can see each other at 3 o'clock. It's nothing. We can see each other after school, homie. All right. Since you want to run pockets, run my pockets. Let's see how that's gonna go. 3 o'clock came. I totally forgot all about this. Didn't remember this even happened. I'm oblivious, right? I'm sharing this story with you, but I was also sharing it with my son to let him know, hey, I know how you feel. I've been there, went through that battle. And I promise you, son, it's not gonna happen again. As a matter of fact, it's only gonna make you stronger now and make you more alert now. So boom, watch this, right? 6 o'clock. I wanna get this round popping because I'm out of here at 7. I ain't gonna be too long anymore. 3 o'clock come. Back then I had, one of my responsibilities was to pick up my little brother and my little sister. So I would walk to their school. That was PS 26, I think it was. I think that's what it is, PS 26. So I would walk. It was a nice distance away because 324 was on Gates. So on Gates Ave. And so it was a nice little walk away. So I get to I get to PS 26, I think it is. I get my little brother and my little sister, and at the time, my friend was with me. Yeah, I think it was Emmanuel and Brian at the time, and so we'd always walk together. It was just 3 of us. Anyway, I got my sister, got my brother, and then they went off with each other to continue walk home, and then from that location where the school was to where we lived, it was literally up the road. It was just 2 blocks up the road. I believe it was 2 blocks. I lived on Van Buren at the time. All right, bet. So I'm walking with them hand in hand like this, right? Walking my little brother, walking my little sister. And all of a sudden, I see this group coming towards me. And I'm thinking nothing of it because there's many school children going home or just going to the corner store, just hanging out, just moseying along as they going home. So I'm thinking nothing of it. As I'm walking with my little brother and little sister, totally forgot about what happened earlier at the cafeteria. I walk right into the crowd, and it was a crowd. And all of a sudden, that same short punk with his friend, the short one though, it was the short one who had the most mouth. It's always the short one. It's always the Napoleon ones. So he comes out, he emerges from the crowd and was like, yeah, what up, son? It's 3 o'clock. Wow! And just clocks me, knocks me like that. And I'm like, and then quickly I'm like, oh, snaps. I forgot about this. Yeah, I was caught slipping. So when he hit me, I turned to run because then I realized, oh, this is the whole gang. Yeah, that was the gang. His punk buster self never came and stepped to me. He brought his friends. He brought his boys. You understand? So boom, no. So as I turn to run, I run across the street. This gang is chasing after me. And as I'm running, somehow, I don't remember if somebody tripped me or somebody pushed me, but I fell. And as I'm falling, I fell into the wire fence, the wire gate. So I fall into it, bang, and get on the floor, and they start stomping me like I was roach. I mean, stomping me, kicking me like them I play a soccer. Yeah. And so I remember I just curled up into a fetal position. And in my head, I'm thinking, protect your face, protect your face, protect your head. You could do anything else to my body. I'll take it. I'll eat that. But if they get any contact with my head, I know it's going to be detrimental. So as they plummeted me, which felt like forever, the same little short punk, I saw him as he's, down trying to clock me. So I grabbed him and I kicked him. Next thing I know, bang, they just start stomping me even more. Right then and there, some police officers just happened to see what was going on. Hopped out the car with some other passerby drivers, and the crowd dispersed. I don't know where my brother and my sister is at the time. They helped me up, and by the grace of God, nothing on me was broken. I wasn't bleeding. I wasn't experiencing any concussion. What happened was my elbow was scraped, just like my son. Just like my son. So I never shared this with my son. Never shared this with, I don't think I ever told any of my children this. I don't even know if I even told my wife this. I don't think so. And so I shared it with him, and I'm like, yeah, son, I've been there. I know how it feels. And I know how you feel to go back to school. The fear is there. The fear is real. But I'm telling you, it's not going to happen again. It's not going to happen again. You're going to be good from here on out. But just to hear his voice and hear how scared he was and just how confused he was, like, well, why me? What did I do? And that broke my heart, man, because I wasn't there for my boy. And of course, the enemy had to swoop in, like it was just, that was Thursday. So it was Wednesday, I believe it was, and I was going through my own personal things, and, with the enemy already getting in my head from yesterday, trying to beat me up and telling me I'm whack, I'm a failure, and just, I just felt like, here we go. Again, the enemy just compounded even more negativity on my mind. And after I got over the day before, and and then, man, it was rough, man. It was rough. So I had to hold it together for my son. I couldn't break for my son. But when I was done talking to him, best believe I was furious. But I remember when I was talking to him, he was asking me, questions. Um, and some of the things that I was sharing with him was, look, as much as I want to retaliate, we're not going to retaliate physically. Okay, we're going to take it to the Lord in prayer. We're definitely going to report this, and we're definitely going to keep a lookout and an eye for these punks, because I know they live in the community. I know they go to the same school, if not the school that's neighboring to my son's school. So it's just a matter of time before we riding around, and then he's going to say, oh, there they are. And then I could say, got you. Got their picture. Yeah, hello 911. This and this and that. It's only a matter of time. But until then, we're just going to pray. Okay, we're going to take all of this to the Lord in prayer. We're going to pray for your healing. We're going to pray for your mental healing, that is. We're going to thank God for your life. Your life was spared. You're not injured. You're not hurt. Good morning. Yeah, I got to get going. So, he just asked me some other, spiritual questions, and I just gave him the best spiritual answers and responses that I could, while keeping it real. I can hear somebody saying, you can't pray about everything. Yes, you can. Yes, you can, because that's where you need God to direct you and lead you into making the right decisions. So that your flesh don't get in the way and do something stupid that you're going to be regretting later. And I want to be a free man for my children. You understand what I said? Good morning.
Hi.
How are you?
Good morning. I guess the breakfast won't be in for a while.
Yeah, you got that right. It's only 6 o'clock, so you got about...
What time is it? Oh, 6.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it's that early.
Yeah, you got a
It's
long
not going to
day.
be till about 8.
You could, yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. You're welcome. So, just encourage him, pray for him, ask him where his older brother was, because I'm concerned that his older brother was gonna, retaliate. And he begged him. He says, Dad, I begged Anthony, don't do anything, don't go out looking for them. And I says, yes, you did the right thing, and he did the right thing by listening to you and not going out there to go searching for them, because there's a lot of gun violence amongst teenagers, and I don't want none of my children to be a part of that. The enemy thought he won. He did not win. He did cause some disturbance and some turbulence in my family and in my children's lives. But he hasn't won. And I thank God my son is okay. Currently, right now, he's doing a lot better. He's feeling better. And, we're just taking it one day at a time. As for me, yeah, I started, just beating myself up a little bit. That didn't help, because I'm just looking at it like, I'm out here, I do these assignments because honestly, it does pay more money. And I am good at what I do as a nurse assistant. And I enjoy doing what I do. I enjoy assisting, the geriatric community. I enjoy assisting the autistic community, the developmental delayed community. Even those persons who just need some assistance, not even much, just some, just a little. And then there's some who need a whole lot, total care. And I'm like, Lord, how did I even get here? Why am I here? I could have been home, you know. And just because I just want to provide for my family, and doing it this way, taking these assignments, yes, they do pay really, really well in a very short amount of time. But the trade-off is, in a lot of cases, is it requires me to be away from home. And that's the part that I hate. But the assignment is almost done, and I'll be home. I'll be home. And I gotta make some decisions, because I hate leaving my family. I hate leaving my children. And I hate leaving my wife. And she understands, you know, why I do what I do, and she herself works for for 2 agencies actually, part-time. One of them is the same one that I work for, and then she has her main job. You know, I'm not ever chasing the dollar. Ever. I'm not ever, you know, doing that. You know, I don't worship money. I don't worship mammon. God is still my provider. God is still God, and He is my Jehovah Jireh. But certainly moving forward, I don't want to leave my children uncovered. I don't want to leave my wife uncovered, especially in our, you know, especially for our marital relationship, for the health of our marriage. It doesn't help when I'm not there a lot. And this has been a busy year. You know, I was in Indiana at the beginning, the end of last year. I came home January 1st of this year. Then I went to California. Then I stayed local for a little bit. When I came back from California, then I went and took on another assignment at another place way out here in PA. That was like 4 hours away from home. I did that for about 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks. Came back home, stayed home for a little bit, you know, doing some, you know, pick up a local assignment, but then jumped on this. And this is 3 months. So I've been busy this year, and it is really not, financially it's been great, but it's not been great in the other areas. And so it's just been rough, man. It's just been rough. It's been rough on your boy. All right, I just wanted to share that. If you're a father, definitely, man, cover your household, cover your children, speak to your sons, love on them, squeeze them, hug them. Even if you're not there, you can't be there physically all the time, but just your words, man, your words can touch them and impact them and empower them. You know, love on your sons and your daughters. All right, that's it. You wrap it up. Is it now? Yeah, I'm good. Well, I got a couple of rooms I gotta hit up. Could do some changes if they wet. Clean them up. Put this laundry away, and then I got laundry over there, and I got laundry here to put away. Yeah, I gotta finish that, and I'm gonna dry this right now. All right, so that's it. Let me get up out of here, and y'all have a blessed day, a blessed morning, and happy November 1st. Yep, continue to live on purpose, godly purpose. Kaboom!